Welcome everyone to today's meditation. Good morning, this is Tenzin. Is anyone here for the very first time? Welcome, wow, wonderful. Please enjoy. We have a few announcements before we start. So let's be fully present. So let's silence our cell phones, those things. All right, we invite you to join us for our weekly Tuesday events with Medicine Buddha at 6 p.m. and our public talk at 7 p.m. Usually this week, Geshe Phende will continue speaking on the 37 practices of a bodhisattva. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., our venerable monks will conduct evening prayers for His Holiness the Dalai Lama's long life and other teachers' long life. On Thursdays at 4:30 p.m., our venerable monks will conduct the Protector Puja for smooth successive interviews, smooth journeys, and medical treatments, new businesses, and other new adventures. Our popular 5-class foundation series concludes May 16 with Refuge, Entering the Path of Inner Transformation. This one-day retreat via Zoom focuses on the significance of taking refuge, which is the entrance to the Buddhist practice. These series are a pre-requirement for intermediate series and other retreats. We are thrilled to announce the upcoming book release of Engage Compassion by our founder and spiritual director, Geshe Lobsang Tenzin Negila, PhD, releasing May 12, 2026. On Sunday, May 17, Geshe-la would lead our 11 a.m. meditation and host a book signing afterwards. So pre-orders are available now at all major booksellers. Pre-ordering, it's a wonderful way to support the launch of this meaningful work. Info in the lobby. We are pleased to announce a return visit from the nuns of Shravasti Abbey on May 7 to give an evening talk to our community before heading back home. Join visiting nuns Venerable Thupten Damcho and Thupten Rinchen as they lead an exploration in empathic joy and equanimity. They will discuss how to move past the subtle biases of us versus them and how to cultivate a joy that is not dependent on our personal gains. This is an in-person only event. Geshe Phende will lead Drepung Loseling Monastery annual Nyungne retreat for May 29 to June 1st. Nyungne is a powerful purification practice and accumulation of positive energy based on Avalokiteshvara, the Buddha of compassion. Open only to those who have received the 1,000-arm Avalokiteshvara empowerment or any highest Yoga Tantra empowerment. As part of Sakadawa, Geshe Ngawang Phende will also give a one-day Mahayana precepts that entails maintaining 8 vows beginning from 5 a.m. until sunrise the next morning on Sunday, May 31st. This event is open to anyone who have taken refuge and will last approximately 1 hour. And again, you can take refuge on the last class on Foundation, May 16. If you want to, you can register for that. You do not need to attend Nyungne to participate. As a reminder, please do not park on the grass along the driveway or behind the building. If the lot is full, overflow parking can be found via Skyline Drive at the John Lewis Elementary School outside of school operating hours. Only access the school parking via Skyline Drive and walk through to our site. Information on all those events can be also found in the lobby and on our website at drepung.org. If you're interested to become a member and support those programs and take advantage of benefits like discounts on courses and retreats, applications are available in the library, or you can register online. Also, there is a donation box at the entrance of this room in order to support online programs all over the world. If you feel generous, and you can I rejoice in your merit. Also, now let's stand up in order to welcome our teacher, Venerable Geshe Phende, for today's meditation and talk. Thank you and enjoy.
Okay, so today we'll meditate on compassion to others. Last time, I think we did the self-compassion meditation, right? So before we meditate on compassion, I always kind of give you some information about the compassion. And the more important part is, how should you use your compassion meditation in your day-to-day life? That's really important. The reason is the purpose of our meditation is for happiness, no doubt, right? We all come here for happiness. But 20 minutes just meditate compassion, then happy, I think it's maybe impossible, right? So you meditate compassion, it's like a army, go to the ground, exercise ground, they learn. Then the talent, the skill, they learn it, they used when there is a war, then they use it to victory. Same, you train here compassion, and then when you go back to your real life, then you use it. So when you're able to use this compassion, then it will start. The happiness, the peace will start it there. So therefore, learning compassion or training compassion here few minutes is mainly to able to use when you go back to your real life. So that is why, as a compassion meditator, we always should be remember, I'm training this compassion for sake of utilize when I go back to my daily lives. So that kind of intention important. So how should we use your compassion in your daily life? What that really means, right? Sometimes many people may think compassion means you just smile, or what the people say, you just accept it. Sometimes people may think that way, right? This is wrong understanding on compassion. The compassion meditation, the compassion is mainly, the main purpose of this meditation is to change your anger, your hatred, or resentment, or self-centered attitudes. These kind of destructive emotions which hurt to oneself, they harm to other people. So these destructive emotion, we need to change them, reduce them. So your love and compassion protect you from anger, hatred, or this wrong action. That's the purpose. So feel compassion, which means instead of when you encounter with a difficult situation, instead of you feel anger, hatred, right? Feel love and compassion. So when you're able to feel compassion, your compassion will protect you from your anger and hatreds and other destructive emotions. So that's called the utilize your compassion. What is the benefit? Is because as soon as when you feel angry, that anger first result is disturb your mind, right? Even you are very happy, peace. As soon as when you feel angry, that anger will take over your happiness. Your happiness will eat by your anger. So it started to hurt you, harms you. It creates you mental pain, sufferings. That's why being angry, feel anger, is nothing benefit to you. Instead of that, you will going to lose happiness, everything. So compassion and love is the mind, helps you, right, to protect you from those emotions, anger, hatreds. So that's the first we should understand. Compassion doesn't mean always smile, always nice, sure. Not only that, right? Not only that. Mainly internally, instead of feeling angry, hatred, you just remain calm, feel more compassion, feel more love. But out of compassion, certain situation you have to show wrathful face, some situation peaceful. And compassion doesn't mean always be nice, beautiful face. The action depend on situation. Certain situation, if you always be smile, it's not going to help to change those problem. You have to show wrathful way. But that wrathful not coming from anger, hatred, out of love and compassion. When you show something serious, action, it's limited. Those action coming from your intelligence, not by your emotion. When too much anger, when you show it, it's out of emotion, not from intelligence. Emotions are blind, don't see far more. It just see one side. That make lots of mistake. You just see one, you're only looking from one perspective. Based on that, you make decision. Then there are many things behind there you don't see. Then after that, back lots of problem, mistake. So when you have feel compassion, it gives you freedom to your intelligence. So decisions comes out of your intelligence much better. You can able to see from all the directions. So decision comes much better. So whatever action, if you use out of compassion, those coming from your intelligence. So certain situation, you have to be very serious. Certain situation, you have to be very nice. So any action, point is to fix the problem, not to harm to other beings. It's huge differences. These two things. Anger is hurting them, harming them. So it's a result also not good. Mind itself is not good. And that emotion is very short-sighted emotion, don't see the long term. So it make big problem, big mistake, future, lots of problems. So therefore, it's huge differences between compassion and anger, hatreds. These mind, how they make decision. So therefore, we training here compassion. Then compassion, put it into the actions. You need assistance of wisdom, experience. Sometimes lack of wisdom, just only by compassion, you may make mistake. But that mistake is not by compassion mistake, because of lack of wisdom, making mistake. So that's why when you make a decision, or when your compassion put it into the action, they always say you have to have assistance of wisdom, intelligence, right? Then it goes very well. So therefore, in order to cultivate compassion, first we really need to know what's that really mean, compassion, which means what? Majority of people, we thinking compassion means action. You know, you act nice, you go to the society, you're helping. People thinking like physical action. We're not talking about that. Actions comes later. Action depends on situation. I mentioned earlier. Compassion is the mind, here, inside there. There is many different mental factor which we have. One of the mental factor which is called desire or wish. So compassion is part of desire, part of wish. So what that wishing? Compassion is you wishing others be free from suffering, right? Others be free from causes of suffering. That kind of wish, it's called compassion from the Buddhist, according to Buddhist psychology. You wish others be happy. You wish others be successful. That wish, which is called love, right? So it's differences, love and compassion. Compassion is the mind who understanding others' suffering, others' struggle, others' causes of problems. Through that, they're generating, I wish them free from these suffering. I wish them free from those causes of sufferings. That's called compassion. Love, which means you're looking at others who do not have happiness, who don't have peace. So you wish them to have happiness. You wish them to have peace. That kind of desire, it's called the love. But love and attachments, huge differences. According to the Buddhist psychology, attachment is negative mind. It's not good. That's why they're always saying, don't be attached. Try to stay away with the attached. Not attached doesn't mean you don't care them. Don't attach, but be love to them. So love and attachment are the two huge differences. One of the differences is attachment coming from self-centered, selfish mind. Love arising from altruism, unconditional. Attachment is you say, oh, this is my children, this is my family, this is my friend. It all comes with me and my. That's going toward more attachment side. Love is unconditional. Why you wish them to be happy? It's not about they are my friend, they are my family. It's not about that. Why you wish them to be happy? Because they want to be happy. It's their interest. It's not my interest. Nothing to do with self. It's absolutely unconditional. So when you generate love based on other interest, you can apply to every being, including to your enemies, the people you don't like them. You also wish them to be happy. Why? They also same. They want to be happy, right? It's make easy way. So love you can able to apply to every beings. Attachment, it's only certain beings, not all of. It's very narrow-minded. So when you feel certain beings very close, they always have other side, distant. That's why they always has possible to feel anger, hatreds. So therefore, actually, attachment and anger are the two opposite mind, right? Both of them are the opposite. But attachment can create anger very easily. Love never. Because attachment and anger, same root. The root is same, self-centered. So when you cut this part of branch, when you cut it, this part of branch becomes stronger, right? It changed there. So attachment can turn into anger very easily. If I attach to this mug, right? You can label, it doesn't matter how valuable this, it doesn't matter from there. Your mind make this a fancy. You can label, oh, this is that, this is blah, blah. You can put history, all kind of things, make so much attached to this mug. So when you have so much attached, somebody break this mug, what's going to do? You will feel so much angry, right? If you have no attached to this mug, somebody they break it, is put it in the garbage. It's nothing. So what level of anger depends on what level of attach you have. That is why within the family, the relationship goes like a roller coaster, right? Sometimes very happy, sometimes very much angry, fighting. So we call it summer weather. You know, summer weather, one day is sun shining, after a few minutes raining, it's become cloudy. You have no idea. It's changed constantly. So the relationship is like that. It's kind of changed constantly because it's attachment and anger. It's shift to other side very easily. The deeper causes is self-centered. So that is why here we're learning without attachment. Can we survive without attachment as a family, as a society? Can we still live happily, harmony? Yes, it is. It's possible. Love. You should learn the love and compassion. This emotion, less risk. Unity, harmony, friendship, relationship, everything's become much stronger out of love, out of compassion. Attachment is very tricky, very tricky. So that's why having love and compassion, not only spiritual life, even ordinary life, huge benefit, huge. Mentally, one of the best healing. Why I'm saying this is one of the best healing? Because most of course, living in 21st century, it's very much materialistic life, right? It's a very competition each other's. That's how it is. And there's lots of compete, there's lots of stress, anxiety, fear, worry, depression, all kinds of mental pains, mental sufferings are growing, right? They can see now. Today, even the very younger generation, now teenager, sometimes they have to take medication for depression, for mental issues. We never hear before these things. Now it is. Maybe future, even much younger time, maybe this problem will start. This mental pain. Externally, materialistic, much better, right? Foods, everything, facilities getting much better. Even you can see these little smartphones, it's become much, much smarter, right? So instead of reducing our suffering, looks like mental suffering is still growing, more fear, more worry, right? More people have to take medication for their mental issues. So this mental suffering, according from the Buddhist psychology perspective, what are the causes? And why it's growing more now? There are two things. Internal causes, external conditions. Two things there. When you plant the seed, right, to grow the seed, they need two things. One, root cause. It's called substantial causes, which are the seed, right? Then cooperated causes, conditions, which are soil, moisture, water, heats, all kind of things. These are the condition. So when the causes condition arrive there, then result will come. Same, this mental issue causes condition. So what are the fundamental causes? Fundamental causes is within your mind. It's nothing to do with external thing. External things are the cooperated causes, a condition. These are just soil and moisture like that. That's the external condition. So external condition, it's growing. It's more competed, right? These material things, when they're growing, same time, these external conditions are growing. Internal causes, it's within our mind, which is self-centered attitude. It's the root self-centered. Then attachments, greed, arrogance, anger, jealousy, right? All of these destructive emotions are the root causes of those mental pains. So root causes are there. Selfish is there. We have too much greed. We have too much arrogance, right? Too much attachment, too much high expectation. So these are there. It's growing more. Before maybe not that much expectation. Now today, our expectation is much higher. When the external material is growing, our expectation will grow. I give you one example. Maybe 40, 50 years before, when you got the computer, there's huge big things there. It's just to open, just for open, it take 15, 20 minutes. It's make round. People have no problem. They already expect that. Today, if your laptop takes just 15 minutes to open, what you're going to do? You're going to throw it out, right? Shout it, all kind of things. Change. Before 50 years, even you have computer, you was very exciting. Even it take 15, 20 minutes to open, doesn't matter. You are very exciting. Today, it take even 5 minutes to open. We have a problem, angry. So why they change? Why the people behave change? The expectation is change. Why the expectation? Before you can able to remain 50, 20 minutes, you can patient, you can wait. Today they cannot able to wait. Expectation. They spoil it. When the technologies become very smart, you grow with this system. Now other system come, you have no patience to wait. That's how the mind change. So when the mind is changing like that way, more expectation like that, same time, more challenge. Becoming short temper, less patient, right? Becoming more jealous, becoming more greed, more arrogance. All of these destructive emotions there is growing. When these destructive emotions really strong, the person very easily to feel stress, anxiety, fear, worries, right? These mental pain. So why we become so weak, mentally weakness? Because these destructive emotions become more stronger. That's why. So now what we need to do, only the way to live happy and peace in this century, in this environment, is to control your emotion. External condition, you cannot control it. This is how it is. It can grow more faster. It can grow more things now. You cannot fix it. In order to change that, just by oneself, it's impossible. Whole society, right? That's impossible. But what you can do, internal causes, you can change it. It's 100% in your hand. Your mental affliction, you can reduce it. You can change it. This 100% you have. So when you change your internal causes, attachment, anger, selfish, these mind, when they change it, reduce it, even external condition arises, you will not going to be affected. You don't need to feel that pain, suffering. That suffering, mental pain, not only by external condition, it's mutual, it's both sides. Inner causes, external condition, both. When they arises, the result comes. So what we capable, we can able to do, internal causes, we can change it. So when you change that, many mental problem, you can change. So that is why meditate compassion, love to other, definitely helps to reduce your self-centered attitudes, your anger, your hatreds. When these destructive emotions reduce it, your attachment, your greed, arrogance, these destructive emotions will change. When these destructive emotions change, the mental pain you have definitely reduce. So that is why compassion, love is the one of the best healing. Heal oneself from these mental pains and suffering you have. That's the first benefit. Second benefit, yourself, when you become really compassionate, very loving, warm-heartedness person, you behave, your decision, everything's turned into much nicer, right? When you feel sincerely love, your behavior, your face, your reaction, everything very nice, beautiful. So when you always live with this beautiful result, it's benefit to you. Everybody loves you. Everybody wants to be friend with you. You receive tremendous benefit. I always use example. We should learn this. Mentioned last time. Your pets. Some people, very difficult with their own families, right? But they take care of their pets so much, like a prince or princess. Those treat them to pets as the prince or princess. They can clean their poops. They can wash them. No problem. They can do it, everything. Their own brother, problem. Their own sister, problem. But the pet, even they're pooping, all kind of things doing, no problem, you serve them. Why those pets receive that kind of treatment, right? Because they never complain. They never fight to you. They're always nice to you. Just behave nice, how much they benefit. They don't need to do. They don't need to make a food. They don't need to clean. They just sit and eat, enjoy it. So that kind of benefit, why they received it? It's not all everybody receive. Even their family is not receiving this benefit. Why those pets? They know, remain nice, behave. So we should learn from them, right? If you behave exactly that way, you can get that same treatment, right? So that is why having love and compassionate, warm-heartedness, your behavior will come like that way, nice. When you act that nice, like Pat, then what? Your family, in your job, everybody treat you nice, right? Beautiful. That's the benefit. So all of this come from compassion, love. So that's why it is very important. Today, our world problem is lack of compassion, lack of love. Materialistic, very advanced compared with 20th, 30th century before, right? Much higher, but still so much problem, right? So much suffering we have within the society, in nation, everywhere, so much problem. Why this? Because of lack of love and compassion. So people don't understanding the value of love and compassion, because these are not easy. You have to think much deeper level. You have to look from much deeper, not just surface calm like that way. It's have to think more. So therefore, through understanding on these things, if you really want to live happy, peaceful life, then this quality, love and compassion, you need to be generate. You need to be cultivated. So in order to cultivate love and compassion, we all have exactly same potential. being a compassionate person doesn't mean you have to follow with this religion, that religion, you have to believe this or that. You don't need. Being an atheist, everybody has same potential. From the Buddhist perspective, Buddhists believe every being has Buddha nature. It's not based on what you believe or what, it doesn't matter. Every being has, say, called Buddha nature, which means every being has same potential to overcome, to change your anger, your attachment, your jealousy, your selfish. Every being has same potential to develop love and compassion, right? All these good qualities. So having these opportunity we have, now we use our human intelligence not only on the materialistic side. Of course, materialistics are important, but not only that, also mental, internal world. It comes mutual, not only one side. Lack of internal quality, even you can become very successful externally, become superstars, right? Famous celebrity, but not happy life, stress, depression, maybe ended up with a medication, sometimes overdose and they commit suicide. Even they are celebrity, they don't need to worry about money. It's enough for their great-great-grandchildren. So why they commit suicide, right? The pain inside there. So this lack of inner growth, then everything will be collapsed. When the mind is collapsed, everything will be collapsed. When your mind is very strong, very positive, confidence, even external huge big problem, challenge they have, not that much affected. You can still remain happy, stable mind. When the minds go wrong, even little problem they have, oh, it's huge effect to your mind, disturbs you. So keeping one's mind strong is very important to success your life. That strong love and compassion makes your mind very strong, right? Through those reasons, we need to cultivate love and compassion. So how should we do? That's how we meditate on compassion, right? So I'm going to start the guide the meditation. There are few certain meditations are very important. One, the first, compassion means, okay, what it really means you have to feel it. It's not just thinking, okay? Sometimes people may think. Thinking is good, but thinking is not the actual point. Thinking, visualizations are they are like a tool. The real is you have to feel it. You have to experience. So what you need to feel? You need to feel every beings in this planet, right? Including the people you hate them or you don't like them. Including them, what you need to feel, you wish them to be free from suffering. You wish each and all of them be free from suffering and the causes of sufferings. When I say causes of suffering, which means the mental affliction, which every being has, even very rich, very powerful, even very poor, everybody has this problem. Causes anger, attachment, jealousy, arrogance. Every being has that. So you wish all of them be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. That wish, when you really feel it, then you hold it. Remain with that wish. That's called meditate on compassion, right? If the feeling not coming there, then you have to put effort to think, to feel this again. So that's why thinking and visualizations are helping you to feel, right? Just main meditation is we have to feel it. When you really feel compassion to every being, slowly your self-centered attitude will slowly getting weaker and weaker. Your anger, hatred, right, towards others are slowly start to change, reduce that. That's only after you feel. So in order to feel compassion, first you need to feel there's a called mind of endearment. Buddhist term we call affection love, which means you have to feel dear to them. Dear. As a mother or parents, when they see their baby, the children, they feel so much dear, right? Seeing them as lovable. That kind of feeling, very important to all beings. It's called mind of endearment. When you feel that dear, then compassion is easy. So if you don't feel dear to every being, then compassion is difficult. That's why before meditation, compassion will focus on mind of endearment, right? So in order to feel mind of endearment, what we need to think? We need to think about others' kindness. Somehow, either directly, either indirectly, we receive benefit from every beings, right? That's how we should think. Think much bigger way, not small. Think bigger way. Even one part of cookies, like this sweet, right? Just these sweets coming from where, right? When you investigate, there's so many people behind there, and I'm the one enjoying that sweets. That joy coming from where? All of those people, right? So one piece of cookie, you eat it, when you check it, where they're coming from. First, the farmer who plant the seed, the grain, right? Put so much effort, weeks and weeks, months. Then grain comes, then factory, deliver, worker, then baker. So many people ended up this delicious cookie on your table. Now you are enjoying this, right? That joy coming from where? All of those people. Similarly, the educations you have, right? The dress you wear, the shelter where you stay, all of this coming from where? It's not one guy, two guy. It's millions and millions of people. The road where you're driving easily, the electricity we're using today, without them, hard to survive now. The water we're drinking is not one or two people, everybody's, right? Education, you got it. The classroom, who built this classroom? Textbook, technology. The money, government get money from where? Each individuals, right? The name of tax, they get it, so you're benefiting. So that's how we should think. It's not just myself, not just my family. Every being's around there. Many beings we don't know that. Somehow it's beneficial. So that kind of thinking helps you to feel appreciate gratitude, and that helps to feel dear to them, right? So that's how we meditate today, step by step, right? Okay, now we start the meditation. So keep your physical 7 meditation posture, and among the 7, mainly keep your spine very straight. Rest of the body remain relaxed, comfortable. Don't hold tight. Comfortable, just spine straight. As soon as when you hear the sound of the singing bowl, you just focus on that sound. After sound completely disappeared, just for a few seconds, keep your mind like empty space. Don't think about anything. And then we started from breathing meditation. Okay, now a few seconds, keep your mind like a space, which means not engaged to any external objects. Now slowly you should focus on your breath. When you inhale, you should be fully aware you are inhaling. Same when you exhale. Inhaling with a mindful, exhaling with a mindful. Keep your mind calm, relaxed, just fully aware, present moment of your breath. Slowly, when your mind is calmed down, now you should visualize the people you really feel close, like your friends, the families, at your right. Each of them sitting beside your right. And in front of you, visualize the people you don't like them, the people you hate them. So those are the people. You should visualize at front of you. They are sitting at front of you. And your left, visualize called neutral beings, which means people you know them but you do not have either close and distant relationship, maybe around 5 to 10 people at your left, co-workers, neighbors, wherever. And rest of entire beings should visualize at your back or they surrounded you. Now first you should look all of them, either your friends, either your enemies, the front of you. Their fundamental desires or their fundamental interests are completely same as yours, which is wish to live happy, peace, and nobody wants sufferings. Just look from this perspective to all of them. It's the same. And that's their fundamental nature. It's very pure. Upon there, you should remember the benefit, the kindness you receive from your friends, the family at your right. Remember each of these kindness and feel appreciative to them. And apply to the neutral beings at your left. They also, their fundamental nature is very pure, just wants to live happy, peace, do not want suffering. And the kindness, which is, they do have anger like you, they can harm, they can hurt to you, but the kindness of not harming you, kindness of not hurting you and your families, kindness of not showing any anger, negative action toward you and your family, through that you can appreciate to them. Now the main thing is your enemies in front of you, the people you don't like them, people you hate them, but you look at their fundamental desires are same like you. They also want to live happy, peace. All the negative action, all the trouble they created, it's not blame to the person, rather blame to their anger, their hatred, their ignorance, their jealousy, greed. These destructive emotions are the main causes, not the person. When you become angry, you also do negative things. Same. Person is the victim of this negative emotion. Just try to distinguish the person and the main causes of suffering, the troublemaker, is their destructive emotion. Their anger is not them. Your anger is not you. Same that. The person, there's no reason to feel angry. The other side is creating all this problem. As a practitioner, it gives you very good opportunity to exercise your patience, your tolerance, forgiveness, which are very important quality. You cannot get this opportunity from good people. So those enemies are the teacher of your patience, tolerance. So through that you can appreciate to them. Finally, to entire beings, mentioned earlier, the food you eat, the shelter where you live, the road you're driving, the electricity you're utilizing every day, the water you're drinking, then education, the skill, the position, the power, whatever you got it. So everything's because of others, either directly, either indirectly. So without others, you will not going to be survive. So remember all this kindness, the benefit you receive from others, you should feel, appreciate to all of them. Make sure from deep of your heart you really feel gratitude to all of them. And through that you should generate the mind of endearment, which means feel dear. As a parent, how much you feel close to your children, same type of sense of closeness, feel dear to entire beings, including your enemies. So meditate on mind of endearment to all beings. Another word is touch your heart to every beings. In this moment you really feel dear to all of them. seeing them as lovable. So all of those dear sentient beings who really every day, every second wants to live happy, peace, and do not want suffering at all, like you. But unfortunately, because of living under the influence of self-centered, too much attachments, greed, arrogance, anger, jealousy, and so forth, called mental afflictions, destructive emotions, called the mental disease. Living under the influence of those mental disease, they make wrong decision, they act wrong, mistake, violent. And because of that, today, all of them being suffer, like a mental suffering, which are the depressions, different levels, different types of the depressions, anxiety, fear, worry constantly, feel loneliness, feel stress. So every age, being every moment, one after one, they've been suffer. And most of those mental pains, nobody knows, even their family don't know, but each individual every day experience these suffering. Then upon their physical challenge, disease, illness, aging, death and dyings. Then as a family, there's so much challenge they have to. Nations. So that's individual level, family, societies, so at every level they've been suffer. So think about all these sufferings toward every beings, including your enemies. Just think about these sufferings and their causes of sufferings, which are their negative emotions, negative actions. And through that you should generate desire, the wish, each and all of them be free from sufferings and be free from causes of sufferings, which are the destructive emotions and negative actions. So meditate on compassion to all beings. Make sure you really feel it. Not just think, not just visualize, sincerely from your heart. You really wish every beings, including your enemies, wish them to be free from suffering and causes of sufferings. May entire beings be free from suffering and causes of sufferings. So make sure you really focus on feeling, to feel to entire beings, including the people you don't like them. So when you really feel it and then just hold it, just remain with that feeling of compassion to all beings. That powerful compassion you have right now and the merit, the virtues you accumulate through this meditation, you just visualize them as a form of smoke in your heart. And when you exhale, you release the smokes with your breath. When the breath comes from your nose, it goes through 10 directions and it's spread to all over the universe. And entire beings, including your enemies, when they inhale, they take the smokes with their breath. As soon as when the smokes go into their body, you visualize them purify all this physical and mental suffering they have, and the mainly causes of sufferings, which are their destructive emotions and their negative karmas, completely purified. So out of compassion to all beings, take a deep breath and release them. Out of compassion to all, take a deep breath and release them. Once again, take a deep breath and release them. Should visualize entire beings. They take those smokes with their breath and they purify all the suffering and causes of sufferings. And they remain very pure mind. And that brings them very peace. And you should rejoice. Okay, so this is called compassion meditation. So compassion feeling is not easy and it's very difficult. That's why we have to go step by step. That's why you need to hear first before you meditate. So that when I'm giving talk, actually it's called analytical meditation. You're thinking, you're thinking, you're what you call listening and thinking, your mind is already exercising. Then actual guiding meditation is a little bit easier to feel, because feeling is not easy. It's very difficult, right? You cannot force them. It's your mind. How can you force? Only to show reason, logic, evidence. Then things make sense to you, your mind will accept it. When your mind accepts, it will listen. Then feeling comes. Otherwise, there's no anything. How much you force, not going to change that. So that's why actual meditation or before talk, actually before talk is the very important. It is saying it's analytical meditation. You're hearing, right? Your mind is already thinking something. So anyway, actual main meditation here when we do is we focus to feel it. That part is difficult. So eventually you've been many times this meditation, then analytical, you don't need to think that much. Stabilization meditation, feeling comes much easier and remain much longer. First beginner, first you to think so much is called analytical meditation, contemplate meditation. Think. Feeling comes just for a few seconds, maybe some of you, maybe just for a few seconds, then disappear, right? Then if you do more, even feeling remain longer and longer, and thinking is less. Even little things when you think, you feel very fast. That's how the mind change. Then finally, what you learned is meditation. It is important to do at least every day 2-3 minutes, right? You try it. So when you're back to the home, just try it 2 minutes, 3 minutes every day. Then you become familiar with that kind of feeling. Otherwise, just one time you listen, feeling it's very difficult. Some of you may hard to feel, experience may be a little bit difficult. So, but if you do constantly, definitely it's getting easier. Eventually, that feeling will start. When the feeling started, you can see it really heals you. Simple example is, of course, you're living in this samsara. Everybody has something, what you call enemies, right? You have some certain people you don't like, way they behave, way they're talking. So you always have challenge, some kind of anger there. But when you really use the logic, you're feeling anger to that person, you don't like it, you're feeling anger cannot do anything to them, right? It didn't make anything to them. How much you feel angry, this guy doing the same thing. It's not going to be effect. But for you, huge difference. It really hurts you, harms you, disturbs you every day. Each time when you feel angry, it disturbs you, hurts you. That's right? You feel love to this guy. Same, it's not going to be effect to him or her, right? For you, huge differences. Just feel love to them. You can see some kind of joy, some kind of calmness, deep of your heart. You can feel it, that joy. So feeling love and anger toward other person, for the other person, it doesn't matter, not going to be effective. For you, huge matter, huge effected. Living a love and compassion, huge benefit. Living anger and hatred, too much pain, right? Through that reason, choose love and compassion. It's called the emotional, very smart guy. Choosing anger and hatred, stupid. It's not smart guy. It really makes them suffer, right? It's your hand. What you wanted. You want to grab love. You want to grab anger. It's your hand. Nobody force you. So if you take anger, ended up you suffer, right? That's why nobody wants that. Anger, nobody wants it. But everybody using that, right? Why? Because we are very familiar with this emotion. So therefore, we have to now go other side. Be familiar with love and compassion. Try it. First difficult. You have to put effort. If you do constantly these things, eventually it's become nature. Like anger, you don't need to meditate. We all are expert. Right? Just see something, little thing, come up here very fast. Same that way. Compassion, love, if you really train it, eventually you don't need, you become expert. Small things you think, love, compassion. So sometimes that behave, instead of anger, you convert it. For you, this kind of action is causes of love more, causes of compassion. You can convert, you can look from different angle. So this kind of skill, when you got it, living in this kind of challenging world, you can live one of the happiest person. Even you have external so much challenge to do here, there, but mentally, you can live one of the happiest. More drama for you, more happier. That you can do it when your mind train it, learn how to look from different aspect, different angle. There are many things there. So when you got that skill, that's the best way to live happy life. So that's why first started from compassion. So these compassion, when you train it, then slowly, you learn, every action for you is message of love, message of compassion. You can convert it. So when you're able to do that, you can see huge change in your life. So that's the purpose of this kind of meditation. But I'm talking here is just for the beginner part. It's not easy, take a time. So you need to be patient, constantly practice. Even when you don't have time to come, you just in your home, you just sit on your chair, comfortable chair, even 3 minutes, just coffee time. Just think that way. So just familiar with this. It's feeding your mind more loving, more compassion. So eventually your mind is slowly will turn. So that's what you call the purpose of learning this compassion meditation. Then finally, as a human beings, we really focus to become a good, better person. Material alone success is not that much. It's okay, but sometimes people thinking it's material. Be a rich, be a famous, that's all. That's not smart thinker. Animals kind of level, brain, maybe that's all. But the human beings, we can see much deeper way. So it's not only this material, it's also very much about the mind. So therefore, being a good human being, happy human beings, which means warm-heartedness, pure mind. So pure mind, when you live it, your actions become pure, clean, positive. So remain with a positive mind, act positive. When you every day do that way, even family, small family, so happy. Maybe there are many challenges, there, business going wrong here, there, but within the family, it's so happy peace. Even you have simple cup of coffee, very tasty when you have that kind of people. So fancy, coffee is very fancy, but the families, too much anger, too much fighting, too much negative. Even you're drinking the coffee with a very fancy cup, well, it's not happy, right? Mentally, so much stress, so much pain. Then what's the point? It looks like your life is just drama. And drama queen, its insides fully rotten, externally pretending everything's all right. That's not work, right? So that's why living with a happy means warm-heartedness. So that's why these meditations are for. First our result is become good human beings. That's very important. Okay, thank you. Thank you.